From Neon to New Atlantis, megacorps are seen as monuments to power, prestige, and profit. Some say they are hiring the best and the brightest of today for tomorrow's future. Others say they trade conscience for credits. Join them or protest them. If you visit any city in the settled systems, you're bound to run into them. Yet only one of them seems to run an entire city and serve as a faction that players can join by applying to work for them. This is Ryujin Industries, the megacorp from Neon. Not much has been explicitly said about Ryujin Industries prior to Starfield's release, but from concept art, interviews, and showcases, there is a lot to investigate to see if we can figure out just how Ryujin came out on top. Welcome to Starfield Investigations. This is RPGRX. In real life, I'm a pharmacist, but on Neon, I might be Ryujin Industries' newest talent, working as an insider to discover all the secrets this megacorp is hiding. From what little we've seen, we can make three educated assumptions about Ryujin. We can infer their brand as a company, their connection to Aurora and Xenofresh, and their impact on the city of Neon. Let's start with their brand. The name Ryujin is a reference to a deity from Japanese mythology. This dragon spirit is said to be a god of the sea and is sometimes associated with medicine and storms. This explains their dragon logo and indirectly roots Ryujin to Neon, a city surrounded by the sea, storms, and drugs. This could imply that the company got its start on Neon, or at least rebranded once their headquarters were established there. Their motto is "Our products, your life, one dream." This slogan seems vague enough to fit with any of Ryujin's industries, though we still haven't confirmed what products they sell. But if you pair it with their recruitment slogan, hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow, we get a clear sense that Ryujin is focused on the future. It seems we can be a part of that future, since Will Shen describes that we can apply to a corporate job with Ryujin, and in fact, this is one of his favorite starts to any of Starfield's factions. Perhaps we'll even be able to use the Ryujin apartments, which implied that the corporation provides their employees with housing benefits. So, externally, their brand paints Ryujin as a prestigious and forward-thinking company whose products enhance our lives. But internally, we get the sense that not everything is so squeaky clean. This insider tells us this job has no place for morals, and one of the backgrounds tell us that cyber runners who work for megacorps trade conscience for credits. What exactly makes working for Ryujin such an ethical issue? We don't know for sure, but there is one product coming out of Neon that sparks a lot of controversy across the galaxy. If you've seen my previous video, you will know a lot about Aurora, a psychotropic drug made from the fish swimming under Neon. Its use is banned everywhere in the settled systems, except for Neon, and because of this, Neon has become a pleasure city that attracts tourists from all over. If you ask me, this sounds a little bit like trading conscience for credits, promoting the use of a universally banned recreational drug to profit off of tourism. But before we can blame Aurora for Ryujin's reputation, we first have to determine if Ryujin even owns Aurora. Because although this drug is the source of Neon's wealth, it doesn't bear the brand of Neon's wealthiest megacorp. No, this drug is actually manufactured by the Xenofresh Corporation. The Xenofresh Corporation was the first to settle on this planet of the Voltu system, setting up the fishing platform that would become the foundations of Neon itself. Xenofresh became way more profitable after shifting from selling fish to selling Aurora. So if Xenofresh founded Neon and created Aurora, but today Ryujin is the megacorp in control of the city, what happened to shift that power from Xenofresh to Ryujin? There are many theories about the relationship between Ryujin and Xenofresh, ranging from them being competitors in a corporate Cold War to them simply selling different products and services. However, the theory I believe is most likely to be true is that the Xenofresh Corporation is a subsidiary of Ryujin Industries. The first clue for this is in the emphasis of Ryujin being not just a corporation, but a mega corporation, implying that they could own multiple companies in multiple industries. Since we really don't know what industries Ryujin is involved in, only that their products impact lives and change the future, and that their namesake is a god related to medicine, I don't think it's a stretch to think that they are involved in medicine. Maybe that's just my personal bias, but it would make some sense. If that was the case, they could have partnered with Xenofresh, which formerly only dealt in the food industry, to help them create a pharmaceutical industry. In the real world, when a small or new pharma company wants to develop a drug, it's not uncommon to partner with or be bought out by a larger, more established pharma company. This is because drug development is a very expensive endeavor, requiring many phases of clinical trials, infrastructure for manufacturing and distribution, a medical team for continued oversight and education about the product, and a sales team to promote its use. That is, of course, if you want to do things the right way. Perhaps Ryujin took this route, acquiring Xenofresh to develop Aurora as a pharmaceutical with an actual medical use. While hallucinogens like this are rarely approved for medical use, there are studies currently investigating whether certain types of hallucinogens could help with treatment-resistant depression or post-traumatic stress disorder. Maybe Xenofresh investigated Aurora as a PTSD treatment for colony war veterans. This could support Xenofresh's claim as a legitimate pharmaceutical company. However, it's also very possible that this Xenofresh-Ryujin collaboration never bothered to scientifically or ethically develop Aurora. It is a recreational drug banned across the galaxy, after all, so maybe they decided to make the product and let the customers come to them. Being a part of the Freestar Collective likely empowered them to abide by their own laws on Neon. Without regulatory oversight or internal checks and balances, Ryujin can sell anything that customers want without regard to their safety, which means people are bound to get hurt. Furthermore, it's likely that they employ smugglers and dealers to move the drug outside of Neon as well, since the price would skyrocket in foreign markets. Though not confirmed, Ryujin indirectly owning Aurora makes sense. One thing we can see for sure is the impact of this industry on the city of Neon, for better or for worse. The fishing docks beneath the city provide plenty of blue-collar jobs to those willing to get wet, and supply the city with fresh seafood and Aurora. Above the platform, we see that the city caters to the upper-class tourists visiting for their Aurora fix. Aesthetic genetics facilities, private medical clinics, flashy hotels, the art-filled emporium, high-fashion retailers, and of course, the Astro Lounge. Even Constellation's financier, Walter, seems to be connected to Neon's luxury starship manufacturer, Shrouded. All of these industries capitalize on Neon's tourists, contributing to Neon's reputation as a vibrant Vegas-like pleasure city. Whether or not Ryujin owns any stake in these companies is uncertain, but it's clear that they are right in the center of all of it. Underneath the glitz and glamour, however, not all is well. Unsuspecting tourists are robbed by neon street rats, one of the player backgrounds brought to life via a recent animated short video. These criminals exchange their stolen goods for weapons, in what is likely a cycle of escalating violent criminal activity. Hitmen murder people in their own beds, the police force wield assault weapons, and private security is needed even within the Aurora Labs. In the words of a streetwise NPC wearing a striker's jacket, it seems everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. We can only try not to get ourselves killed. In this regard, the Ryujin employee from the animated video got lucky, and the street rat that spared his life signed a dubious deal to become a Ryujin bodyguard. All in all, Ryujin Industries shows us that megacorps in Starfield wield a lot of power, and when in the wrong hands, this power leads to abuse, crime, and a class divide in one of Starfield's biggest cities. When looking at all this together, Neon reminds me of a cyberpunk version of Riften, the seedy city built above the water, ruled by criminals and those who got rich off of selling recreational substances. Regardless, I know Neon will be one of the first stops of my galactic journey, and I'm excited to learn everything I can about this mysterious megacorp. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. If you like this, check out my video on Aurora to understand more about the drug that likely led to Ryujin's success. If you subscribe now, I'll know to keep on investigating the mysteries that await us in Starfield this fall. Until then, let's keep riding the hype. Bye.